Hi, everybody.
Hello. All right, hold on one second. I am going
Mhm.
to, that's not what I want. Oops. Hello, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm just going to do a couple things here and then we're going to roll on. I do not want the join and leave sound. I don't care about that. Oh, whoop. All right. So, hey, everybody. Today is June 17th. And we are going to talk about AI today. We've talked about it a little bit in the past, but we're going to talk a little bit more about it. And fun news is that we're getting a little bit more into it on our side. We are way into it on our side, but we might be offering some things coming your way. Do we need to do introductions again?
I
Maybe
don't think
I think
so.
everybody knows us.
everybody knows us. I am Valerie Van Boeven. I am a registered nurse and the founder and co-owner of Approved Senior Network. I'm so happy that you guys are all here. Thank you so much for being in sales training or being a client or whatever way you came to us. I'm really glad you're here. And Lisa and Annette are your go-to people for everything in-person sales. I'm more of your internet nerd. And so today I get to be the internet nerd even more.
Yeah, no, we're all
Woohoo.
so glad you're here. Yay.
Housekeeping, just keep your lines muted. We want you to share if you have any questions or if you want to share something. Yes, please ask questions in the chat. Lisa's got you covered there. She'll let me know if there's any questions. Make recommendations. If there's something that you want to hear, some topics that you want to know about, let us know. And that does a really good job of, we all try to be helpful in what topics we're going to talk about, but she can get good guest speakers and
Yes.
she's done all kinds of crazy cool stuff. So let's keep going here. Oh, free giveaway. Who wants to talk about that? Me.
All right. So is Annette here? Did you call? Yeah, free giveaway. So one of you, that there's some rules though. One of you can win. Is it August we're doing, Annette?
We'll do August, yeah.
Okay, the August leave behinds. So later in the presentation, we'll do some August leave behinds and you'll win those if you have to enter to win, but you just say yes in the chat. And then you do have to promise to send us photos of you using these out in the field somewhere, somehow. We want to see what you're doing. And
Yes.
we'll,
I just made them for our last winter and they're all set for you. All you have to do is print them. So just say
that's
yes and we will
awesome.
create those for you.
Yeah,
And
I think we should clarify a little bit. We will create the pretty stuff. We'll create the creatives, the stuff that, but you guys have to print it out
Yes,
yeah,
you have to
at your
print it out.
place or send it
Yep.
to a printer, Office Depot or something to have it printed. So
yeah,
that's, yes,
there you go.
cool.
Perfection.
All right. So if you want to do the August one, then, and we'll show you what that is later, but if you want to get involved and you want to be in the drawing to win, we need yes in the chat. Yes in the chat. Everybody say yes in the chat. Go to the chat and just type in yes, and we'll write down your name. I don't know if
Yep,
anybody's
I've already
doing
got
it.
them
And we'll
going.
Okay,
let you know
cool.
after the meeting. We put your name in a
And
little hat and then we'll let you know who wins.
Roll the
yeah.
dice.
All right, cool. And it's cool stuff and it's fun stuff and it's not expensive. We always do something that's easy on the budget. Okay, so
Perfect.
Annette put this amazing little slide together. We will not be
Actually,
meeting.
Lisa did.
Oh, Lisa did. Oh, sorry.
Take the credit.
Oh, Lisa, sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Lisa, so we're not going to have a meeting on Wednesday, July 1, but we will let you know when the next one is.
Yeah,
We're
it'll
just
be
going
the
to skip that. We're all
2 weeks.
going to be, everyone's going to be, I don't know, not everybody. I'm not going anywhere.
The
But
next one
anyway,
will be July 15th. It'll be the same. We just decided everybody's on vacation
yeah,
and enjoy your holiday, and we'll see you on the July
on
15th.
July 15th. Perfect. Yep, absolutely. Have a good 4th of July holiday.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk AI for home care agencies, practical options for websites, AI search, chat, and phone answering. Let's talk about it. So I'm going to try to, it says the purpose of this presentation. I'm going to try to tell everybody in a plain language what AI tools may be helpful for you all. We're not going to talk about AI like Sensi or Sensei. I'm not sure how they say that. Not that kind. If you know what that is, that's putting something in the house to monitor folks. And I get that. That's maybe awesome. I don't know. We have some clients that use it and some that use other things. But that's not really what we're talking about here. We're going to talk about how AI can be helpful for you and not take the place of the human touch. So AI is not here to replace the heart of home care. Families still need compassion, trust, and human guidance, but AI may help agencies communicate more clearly, respond quickly, and make better use of their time. And frankly, here at ASN, we've been using, maybe not quite AI, but we've been using autoresponders for a very long time. But it's gotten to the point where, and our clients use autoresponders all the time, but it's gotten to the point where now AI can have a pretty good conversation with people and not go off the deep end and say something weird, but it's evolved and it will continue to evolve. It's not going to go away. So you might as well use some of these features of AI to communicate quicker, close more clients, and use it to your advantage. And it also will free up your time. So in plain English, AI refers to software that can help complete tasks that normally require human thinking, writing, answering, organizing, or decision support. For home care, we're mainly talking about tools that help with communication and marketing, content writing, chat, phone answering, and search visibility. So the most important piece of this, I would say, that everyone's wondering about is chat, QA, and phone answering. I'm going to talk a lot about that, but we'll talk about all four of these. AI is not a replacement for judgment, compassion, leadership, care. It does not automatically know your agency's policies, pricing, caregiver availability, service area, intake process, tone, values, or the emotional needs of each family. I'll give you some examples of what's been happening lately with our clients in AI and what we want to try to avoid. It's great as an assistant. It can draft better emails than I can write. I can say, here's a bunch of mumbo jumbo that I want to say, make it sound better. And it will absolutely do that. It's my mumbo jumbo. I didn't ask it to come up with a mumbo jumbo. I said, here's the thing, here's what's happening, and here's what I need. And bam, it puts out an email that is succinct, it is organized, and it is helpful for the reader. And so those are the kinds of things I'm talking about. It's still what's in your head. It's just getting it out there and making it easier for other people to understand, a better communication. So why AI is being discussed in home care. Common agency challenges. So families want answers quickly, often after hours. Missed calls can mean missed referrals. Staff answer the same questions repeatedly. You all know that. You get the same questions every single day. How much does this cost? Is Medicare going to pay for it? Is Medicaid going to pay for it? How do people pay for it? And it goes on and on. Website content becomes outdated. That's true. And creating blogs, frequently asked questions, and service pages takes time. AI can be helpful with clearer website content. This is absolutely true, but we're going to talk about the caveats. I just put out a big blog post and a video talking about do not send us a 500 pages of AI edits for your website. That is not the appropriate use of AI. I will talk about that. Answer basic questions online, improve response time, capture more inquiries, support after hours communication, and reduce repetitive administrative tasks. You guys know this better than I do, that in home care, timing matters. When a family is ready to ask for help, they're in crisis. They don't want to wait 3 days for you to get back to them. They don't even want to wait 3 minutes for you to get back to them. So AI can respond faster. But the human element, the follow-up that comes from you all as human beings or your office managers or whoever it is that you have in the field, that is really what builds trust. People know when they're talking to an AI, and that's okay in the moment, but it's not okay ongoing. So you want to make sure you get that human to human connection fast. AI and website development. So the good news about AI is that if you know how to use it properly, if you are a nerd like me and you know what its limitations are and you know how it can go astray and give you garbage answers, then it is really helpful in planning, drafting, simplifying, updating, and refreshing website content. I will say that AI does help us tremendously, but we don't blindly agree with AI and say, oh, yep, that must be better than anything I could come up with. So here you go. You just can't do it that way. So if we use AI to help us with website development, we are very careful about the parts and pieces that we allow it to help us with. And we don't blindly just say, because AI said this, it must be correct and it must be the change we need. That is never the answer. Home care is way too emotional and way too human to let AI just blindly lead you down the path of making changes to your website. And if you've never done that, you don't know what I'm talking about, but we do get a lot of folks that will send their website through an AI audit that they don't really understand, and then send us all these things that they think should change because AI said it. Please don't do that. We can absolutely help you make changes to your content, but let us help you with the AI portion of it. And AI can help draft some care services and things like that, and agency information. It does write a really good caregiver careers page if you've ever wanted to rewrite one of those. Frequently asked questions, but it should only be the first draft. It should never, ever just blindly be added to the website. So AI can help get words on the page, but your agency's real experience is what makes the content trustworthy. So the other part of AI is that people are not doing search the way they used to, right? I bet you all have experienced this. You're on your phone and you ask a question. And I have an iPhone and typically I use Google. And if I say something like, it could be any one of these, but how do I know if my mom needs home care? What's the difference between companion? It's going to give me an AI answer first. Then it's going to give me sponsored results, which is your Google ads. And then it's going to give me the map of the people that are closest to me. And then after that, it's going to give me all the organic results. So where do you guys want to be? You want to be in the AI answer. Yes, you want to be on the map. Yes, you want to be in the organic results. But the first thing that pops up is none of those. And how far do you think I'm going to scroll to find the answer to how do I know if my mom needs home care? I'm not going to scroll very far because guess what? It's right in front of me. And that is on purpose. Google never, ever wants to send you to another website. It will always try to keep you right there where you are because that's how they make money. So we have started writing pages, blog posts, content differently to answer questions that are not just home care in San Diego. We're asking questions like, my mom lives in San Diego. What are the best home care agencies available? Those are the kinds of questions. They are long tail questions. They're not just, I don't just type in home care San Diego. I type in, who are the best home care agencies in San Diego? Or what's the difference between companion? I'm asking because I know it's going to answer me and give me a pretty good answer. So now we have AI search answers, and people aren't just using Google for this. They're using ChatGPT, they're using Claude, they're using all kinds of stuff. It's important that you have great information on your website that's going to answer these questions. So if anyone's been thinking about redoing a website, or if you're contemplating needing a website, the biggest change, or one of the biggest changes to website creation, is being able to have AI find the answer to that question instantly on your website so that they will reference you. If you don't have that information, then they're not going to reference you. So the two biggest questions in home care are, how much does it cost in some form? How much is hourly home care in Baltimore, Maryland? How much does home care cost in California? Some version of how much does it cost? That's number one. And does Medicare pay for this? Does Medi-Cal pay for this? Does Medicaid pay for this? That's the next set of questions. Your website should answer all of those questions, not just in a blog post, but also in a static page with sources that is on your website and statistics. That is not easy for you to just say, hey, ChatGPT, write this for me. It's never going to happen. You have to know how to work with AI to write the page for you so that AI also looks at that page and says, bam, that's the answer to the question. I'm gonna reference you first. And that is really what you guys want to have happen. You need to be referenced first. I should have put some pictures in here. So I take screenshots. So I don't live where all of you live, right? I can't be everywhere. So Google knows that I'm in St. Charles, Missouri, which is outside of St. Louis. So when I do an AI search, or I do a search to see who's going to pop up. So I might type in, my mom needs home care in Baltimore, Maryland, or my mom has dementia. I think she might need home care. She lives in Baltimore, Maryland. I reference the location somehow in that question. And I can see instantly who it is putting in that answer. Which home care agencies is it referencing? And I want that to be one of my clients. Now, every time it's not going to be my clients, but if generally speaking, it is our clients that are being referenced, then we've hit a home run because that's what everybody's doing. They're all getting that AI answer. Does that make sense? So your website needs to clearly answer these questions. If it doesn't, let us know. And for some of you who've been with us for a long time, you may need a refresh or a new page added. You don't have to redo the whole website, but maybe you need a few additional pages added to answer some of these questions. So you're also writing for people. What we noticed is when we're putting a website together or a blog post or anything like that, even an email, do you guys know what TLDR means? Have you ever seen that TLDR? Someone says TLDR, TLDR, and then a semicolon. Anybody seen that before? It means too lazy, didn't read. Okay, so if I send you a 1,500 word blog post, you're probably going to be like, oh, Jesus, whatever. You might watch the video that goes with it. Or if I give you a TLDR at the beginning, which means I know you're too lazy and you're never going to read this. TLDR, here's a 4-sentence summary of what's in this article. Okay, so what AI has told us over and over again is, we're too lazy, we're not going to read the whole thing. Give us the TLDR. So an AI paragraph at the very top of the page, the blog post, the website, whatever, gives AI the answer to that question without a doubt. Whatever the question is, or whatever the topic is, the answer's right there. The TLDR, too lazy, didn't read. So that's also what people want. People want to know, what am I going to read in this article? What's the thing? Don't make me read the whole freaking thing and get to the bottom to get to the answer. Tell me now, because none of us have any patience anymore for like people like me talking forever. So TLDR is what AI is looking for, and that's also what people are looking for. So that's how we write content now. Human review and agency voice still matter. Common AI content problems is too generic, missing local details, wrong tone, overpromising, lacks emotional sensitivity, and sounds like every other agency. So we review all of our content to make sure it's not saying something that would embarrass you, basically, or sounding like it would embarrass you. All right, so here's the next thing that we're probably going to be offering. We have all of our guinea pig clients are lining up to start using chat. And that means that you go to a home care website and it's not just about the form that's being filled out. A lot of you have a chat form on your website if you're our client, or you've used some other company, and you have a little chat bubble that pops up there and it says, how can we help you today? Now, instead of it being you leave your message and someone's going to call you back, what we'll do is we'll have AI answer the questions that we allow it to answer without embarrassing you, without saying something wrong, without saying something ridiculous, like when pigs fly, lady, or something crazy like that. We will give it the exact answers. What hours are you open? How much does home care cost? And if we don't want it to answer that question, which we don't really want it to answer the question, how much does home care cost? We want it to give the generality, but we don't want it to say that'll be $300 an hour. We want people to know that they need to talk to someone in the office before they get the real on how much it's going to cost, because it depends on so many things. Hours, how sick people are, if it's for a husband and wife versus just a wife or just a husband, all those things. So AI chat allows visitors to ask questions and get instant responses. And that's great. And then you all can have the entire transcript of that chat, and that chat will be forwarded to by text and email the people that it matters most to. So the office manager, the owner, whoever it is that needs to have that information right away, the salesperson. So we are going to encourage you all to use chat. We are testing it now because we want to make sure it's not going to say something crazy. So we are doing that. We have tested it in the past. We've tested it with our own website. We've tested it with a couple of clients that said they were willing to do it. And the questions that come up, really, people ask the same questions over and over again, right? Are you hiring? What areas do you serve? How do we get started? Can someone call me? These are all pretty easy questions that people ask. But the challenge at first was, does someone have to monitor that 24/7? And the answer is no, they don't have to monitor it and know if somebody's chatting 24/7. They can, and you can interrupt that chat and you can say, hey, I saw you chatting with our AI assistant. I'm here and I can help answer even more questions. Can I give you a call? Or so there's lots of options, but it doesn't have to be monitored 24/7. AI chat should not diagnose conditions or give medical advice, promise caregiver availability, quote pricing, make guarantees, handle emergencies, replace intake conversations, or discuss private client information. It will never do that because we give it boundaries, and that's really important. It should know when to say, this is something our team should help you with. Please call our office. A care coordinator can call you or can follow up with you. And if this is an emergency, call 911. Another thing that's important about AI chat, is that caregivers cannot use AI chat to call in sick. So we are very careful about letting everyone know that if you are calling in, you have to call the office. You cannot use AI chat to miss a shift and blame it on the chatbot. It can open the conversation, but it always needs to be forwarded to a real person, and no calling in sick via AI chat. All right, AI phone answering. This is a little bit more complicated, and we are not going to go down this road just yet. We do have a client who set up 100% AI phone answering for the initial dial, press 1 for blah, blah, blah. It's not that. It actually sounds like a human person answering the phone. Hi, this is ABC Home Care. This is Carol. Can I help you? And we encourage that AI phone answerer to say, hi, this is Carol. I'm an AI assistant. How can I help you? And then talk to the person and route the phone to the right person in the office. Now, this team uses AI answering only when all of their lines are busy. So this is a big client. They serve all of the state of Tennessee, and they have a very busy office. So when everyone is on the phone, they use AI chat to get some basic information and see if they can. AI chat will try to ping the person that needs to pick up. If that person cannot pick up or is on another line, it will take a message and promise that Carol will get back to you. So it is an option coming soon, but we have to make sure that it is appropriate. So I don't even know if new client inquiries is really a good idea, but after hours coverage might be an option. Caregiver people talking about wanting to apply for a job could be. And then call routing. That's what that client was using it for. Call routing is a pretty good reason to use it. New client inquiries, that's touchy. I would rather just use the call routing. I don't think it should be answering too many questions without a human being involved. So
I don't like that one.
yeah, that's rough. That is
Yeah.
not what I would. It definitely needs to be used as a router, not something that can answer
Yeah,
questions.
too many variables for sure.
Absolutely. It's too risky. So the question about all of this is, for us to offer it, number one, we need some guinea pigs to test it out. And number two, this is probably really good for either a gigantic set of offices that are struggling to get calls to the right office, or are struggling to get calls to the right person, or someone who's just doing this with themselves and a few other people, and they literally cannot answer the phone every time, and it's going to voicemail. You never want stuff to go to voicemail if you can help it. We'll see. We'll test this out and give it a whirl with a few clients as guinea pigs, and then we'll roll it out to everybody else. That's on my goal list this year. Of potential concerns, do the callers accept the AI voice? Now, of course, as you guys know, the AI voices have become better and better all the time. And it's sometimes hard, especially for a senior or someone who's not tech savvy, to even know that it's AI. So that's why I think it's important that the answering system says, "Hi, this is Carol. I'm an AI assistant. How can I direct your call, or can I answer your question?" That way we're announcing upfront, this is an AI call, as an AI person answering. And I think that's the transparent way to handle this. It's not going to handle emotional calls very well. And it's not going to it may recognize urgency, but it's not going to recognize when someone's super upset. It might, but it's not going to have an appropriate response. The AI can misunderstand the caller. Fast human follow-up needs to happen, and protecting the caller's privacy is really important. But you all know that this is someone calling your office. That privacy is between you, the office, and the system that's transcribing. We do have, our systems can be set up as HIPAA compliant, so you don't have to worry about that. And the phone is still one of the most important trust building tools. So AI may help answer or route calls, but agencies should be careful not to lose the warmth, empathy, or urgency of these calls. Does anybody have any questions for me as I blather on and on? No? No chat questions?
Don't see any. Write them in the
No.
chat if you have questions.
You do have questions.
I don't think we have any. Nope.
No, no questions. Just Erica said she has all the patience for you to keep talking, Valerie.
I think my whole system went away and came back.
It did.
Your screen is gone.
What? It just left.
Scary.
Reshare. There we go.
All right, let's try this again.
You're
Okay.
driving?
There you go.
Are we good? Okay. Choosing whether AI makes sense for your agency. I would say if you're missing calls or after hour inquiries and you're not going to hire either you need to have someone hire a service to answer your calls, or do something for after hours inquiries. I just, you're losing money. Our website visitors leaving without contacting us? Potentially. Is our website content outdated or hard to find? Potentially. You never know. If you're our client, we try to keep things very up to date, especially if you're in our SEO program. Are staff answering the same questions repeatedly? Of course they are. All day. And we can't fix all of that, but we can definitely give people that come to your website a better sense of some of the answers that they have, or answers the questions that they have right away. Do we have someone who can review AI content and conversations? So we can't do this in a bubble. It has to include you. So if you, or anybody you hire, it's not us, if it's someone else to make some AI changes to your website, then it definitely needs to be reviewed by humans and tested after hours, tested with all of us trying it out together, making a call, doing a chat on your website, and finding out what the answers are going to look like before we actually turn it on for everyone to see. Good first steps. Update a service page. We could always do that if you need us to update any pages on your website. Add frequently asked questions. So AI loves FAQ pages. So if you're in our SEO program, you would notice that we've been going through, we have everybody in a line, but we've been going through and adding full frequently asked question pages. Every single question you can think of that is within our ability to answer. What is the difference between companion care and personal care? What does Medicare pay for home care? Those are the questions that we can put in. So we put them in chunks by subject, and we put them on one page on your website. But the secret to that is behind the scenes, there's also a bunch of code on that page that you can't see that the AI is actually reading and Google's reading. That code is what helps AI understand a lot more about your services and your website. Test chat on one page. Yes, we can turn on chat on just one page of your website. So we can pick some obscure page on your website and turn it on and let you all play with it. There's also a testing area inside our CRM where you can play with it. And then once you are satisfied that it's not going to embarrass you, then we can turn it on for the rest of the website and see what happens. After hours message taking, definitely that's probably the easiest one, is to use it for after hours. All right. AI should support your values. So I think one of the we're keep humans involved at every step. I think that's going to have to be for the rest of time, probably. And we do review everything before publishing, be clear about what AI can and cannot answer. Having worked in the home care industry for 20 years, we absolutely know what AI can and cannot answer because we've been working with all of you. And we know that, for instance, can the caregiver give my dad his medications every night? The answer is no. The caregiver cannot give or dispense or dole out pills to your father at the right time. She can remind him, but she cannot give him. So we know that from working with all of you all these years. We know the answer to these questions, but of course we would want you to review them. Avoid AI for sensitive care decisions. Yes, we're not going to play Dr. Google or Dr. AI, even though most of us do that all the time. Protect it, of course, protect client and caregiver privacy and train staff on how the tool works. You all need to know why AI is answering the questions the way they are. Maybe someone on your team requested that it be answered differently than you think it should be answered. So that's why human involvement is so important. And of course, monitor performance and adjust when needed. I think that using AI to your advantage in some ways, especially with the initial pickup, whether it's chat or phone, might be helpful. For some of you, it is not helpful. So everybody's going to be in a different place, but we're happy to go down that road with you. AI is an option, not a requirement ever. Content should be helpful to families. Chat and phone can be extended. Humans have to stay in the loop. And yes, start small, start with chat, measure results, and expand only what works. So those are that's where our team is with all of this. I know there's a lot of back and forth about AI. Personally, I love it for what it can do for us today. I know there's I can't get into the back and forth about what might happen in the future, but I know it's not going away. And I don't want any of our clients to be left behind. AI chat is definitely the place to start. I would also say that in a final takeaway on all of this is that what I would avoid is asking AI to review your entire website and come up with 500 pages of edits. It's typically going to be wrong, at least somewhat wrong. You have to know how to ask AI to do that so that it doesn't give you a bunch of dumb stuff to do that's just busy work, because that's what it ends up being, is busy work. So be careful with all of that. That's not how to build a website. So having said that,
and if you ask, AI is going to come up with a whole bunch of stuff anyways. You're opening it up to AI. There will always have a suggestion or
yes, it wants to make you happy.
anything.
Just remember that. Trying to make you happy, it wants you to enjoy the AI experience. So if you say, is there anything wrong with my website? Or can you tell me what is wrong with my website or my blog post? It's going to tell you what's wrong with it, even if I know that it's not really wrong. It's just giving you an answer that it thinks you want to hear or read. So be very careful. AI will always try to please you and give you the answer it thinks you want. It may be in some cases correct, but you have to know how to prompt it in order to really get the right answer.
Yeah, it's never not going to give you spit something out.
It's going to say, your website's awesome. Don't worry about it. You don't need anything. It always give you some kind of crazy combobulation of stuff to do. All right. So technology should support the human side of home care. And I think that's where we land. And I know that's where you guys land, but we're happy to walk through it with you. All right. Oh, just food for thought. We don't have to answer these right now. Think about where you lose the most time, which is probably phone calls and answering questions and email. Does your website answer the questions family ask most often? What tasks would you be comfortable using AI for, and what would you not? Are you missing calls or website inquiries? Would a website chat help your visitors or would they rather call? And what is one small area where AI could possibly help your agency? I think that most of the time people are, in our experience, 90% of the leads that come in are going to be by phone. Much fewer, unless it's after hours, are going to be chat or form. So just keep that in mind that the phone call is way more important, but you can practice and get used to AI chat. And it's not going to affect a huge amount of your business, but it's definitely going to be helpful for you to see how it works. All right. Who's up?
Okay,
And
I
then you're
guess
up.
I'm up. So sales training, I know we have a lot of people, a lot of my class members here, the Go Care Pro sales training. We have our July dates, July 16th and July 28th, and we're actually filling up. So we keep the classes small, no more than 6, 12 weeks, once a week via an hour and via Zoom for an hour. We spoon feed you, give you all the tips and tricks of how to get those private pay referrals. So if you're interested, reach out to me, let me know, or put a little note in the chat and I can give you a call. Okay.
All
Lisa?
right.
Woohoo. I think
All
that's
right.
it.
Yeah, thanks
Happy to go
everybody.
through all this. All right. Thanks,
Thanks for joining
everybody.
us.
Bye.
Talk to you
Bye.
guys later.
See you on the 15th.